Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be doing a session here which is for tarot, and as committed we are going to cover and give you a quick brief about tarot as to what exactly it is and how you can read your cards well, and what are the basics you need to follow, what exactly you should do, what exactly you should not do while you're doing tarot. So let's quickly see and get ahead. The very first thing which I want to share with you is that tarot is all about your own interpretations, your own personal interpretations, I must say. So that's one thing which is very important. We move ahead and we will see what exactly is tarot all about, where did it really come from, and what it has and what it is comprises of. Okay, so let's get ahead. Let's not waste any more time. I am Vandana and I'm going to teach you today the basics of tarot. Do share your comments in the comment section. Do share your opinion, your feedback about this quick session, and accordingly, we will plan our next session for you guys. Okay, so let's get ahead. The very first thing is the introduction of tarot. Now, where did it really come from? Tarot came from countries of Europe, and there in 15th of century it was used like a playing card. So people used to use tarot to kill their time, and whenever they had spare time they used to do that. Now, what exactly tarot is? Tarot is a collection of mysterious images, and these mysterious images carry a lot of meanings with it. It carries a lot of society values in it. So you have to read those society values, because tarot is a reflection of our society. Like you have in those centuries we had kings, queens, kingdoms. Under them they had common people, they had their pages, they had their knights. So this is what it was all about, and it was created basis that only. How does it really work, and how do you know tarot? Well, tarot, I'm sure, well, the kind of introduction I had with tarot was I had seen tarot on television, and in a movie wherein they were trying to scare actually me with the the death card. That time, to be honest with you, I was scared also, but then now I am not, obviously, because I know the right meaning of death card. It is a mysterious image tarot which comprises of 2078 cards, out of which 22 cards are they belong to major arcana, and then 58 cards are minor arcana cards. And before we start, I want to tell you one set rule of tarot learning, that you learn tarot by learning the basics and start practicing that immediately. The more you practice, the more you read for your friends and family, the more you read for your clients, the more you develop your skills. So this is what tarot is all about. Okay. Moving ahead, what do you need? Well, it is not a very expensive course. It does not really need a lot of accessories, a lot of expensive things to learn. But it just needs this presentation. We need a deck of tarot cards, a notepad or a journal, or obviously a pen with which you can write down the important things. But then before I will start getting understand what exactly is the best way to learn tarot, which deck you should use first, I will cover those basics also here so that you have the knowledge of that also. Most of your understanding will come from while you start playing with your cards, while you will start doing readings for your clients. In my case, I felt like I can learn tarot with by reading all the possible books and contents available online or maybe offline. But then trust me, the best learning came when I started practicing tarot, and the practice was on the basis of my own interpretation of cards. Every card has a different meaning. Like, if your client's personality belongs from different code cards, like he's a king of pentacle, or maybe he's a queen of swords, you cannot read the same card for two people with the same reading. Their personalities are different, obviously their approach towards their life will also be different. So you can't have one set meaning for each card. The meaning differs basis what is the placement of card. Okay, so moving ahead, what exactly you can buy and what exactly you should buy from market, where you should buy. So it is available tarot decks, which are simplest ones are right in front of you right now. These are very beautiful cards. The images are very appealing, they're very beautiful, they're very clear. You can buy them from any online website, and it will have 78 cards in it, which with which you will have a manual also, which will give you some basic about each and every card. I would suggest you go through all those basics also. And the quality of card is really well. I have both of them with me. I have in fact a lot more cards with me because I love collecting tarot cards now, and then I have multiple of them. This picture is for your reference only so that you buy the right one for yourself. This is called Rider Waite deck. It is a beautiful one and it is not very expensive too. You need to keep your cards safe. You need to use a clean clothes to cover the same. If you have a silk scarf, nothing then can beat that. But then a clean cloth will also do. A lot of people use a wooden box also to keep their cards, which is another expensive way of managing your card. But then the more you keep your cards safe, the more energies you will get from them. If you disrespect them, you will not be a become a good reader. Okay, all right. Moving ahead, what does card mean? What do you have in cards? What do you have in those images? Well, you have kingdoms in those images. You have kings, queens, pages. You have aces there. We just talk about new start of life. You have common men there. Their problems, issues like poverty, abuse, death, disease, challenges, good luck, bad luck, isolations. And above everything all, you will have God and devil both there. So you will have good energies also in the tarot, and you will have bad energies like devilish energies also in the tarot cards. And you will have to face both. And when your clients come, you will have to read it both to them. This is the kind of placements you have before and after those cards, right? So this is what the tarot cards will have for you. The next one, which is very important here, is the major and minor arcana with suits. So here, major arcana is something which is 22 cards, and this has Fool, Strength, Magician, Hierophant. You have Hermit, you have Death card also, which is the most scary card for a lot of people. Temperance, Wheel of Fortune, Empress, Chariot, Justice, and Devil, and the Sun. The Sun is the most positive card of this deck, this major arcana deck, because it talks about a lot of happiness in life if you look at it individually. But then the meaning of card comes in the picture with combination to the minor arcana cards, because those actually represent the social issues and political issues or the emotional issues the person is facing. So without a major arcana, minor arcana is incomplete, and it is vice versa. Okay, you will have houses. I have given a heading to this slide, major and minor arcana with suits. So suits are called houses also. So there are different houses in tarot, which is wands, you have pentacles, you have swords, you have cups, and each and every house belongs to one emotion in an individual. Like one will rule aggression, other one will rule money, the other one will rule emotions, the other one will rule intellectual powers. So I will take you through each and every house also and the energies they carry with them, with which you will have a good understanding about each and every house of Arcana. Here we are. House of Wands. Wands are related energies which are aggression, action, competition, ambition. Now look at these cards. If I give you an example, you have two of Wands. This person is about ambition. He's ambitious. He has everything in his hand, but then he still have ambition of reaching something else, going beyond the limits, right? This person has, these two people have competitive approach wherein they are fighting, competing with each other to, because they think, each one of them think that he's better than the other one. This one has a competition spirit, but then he's okay taking extra burden on his shoulders. Every house has ace of wands, every house has these 10 cards, and along with that they have these court cards, which is king of cups, queen of cups, page of cups, knight of cups. The entire house comprises of these things. Okay, we're moving ahead to the next house. This house is very important when it comes to career readings, guys. Moving ahead to the House of Pentacles. House of Pentacles is about, look at this card, this image, all yellow coins, money, gold, silver. They're all after money. These people are, they love the luxury of life. They love the luxury of money. They are wise. Some of them are wise people like him. He's giving his money to people because they are in need. And then some will be like this Four of Pentacle, who would not want to release a single penny out of their hands. So, but then one thing which is common among all of them is they all love money. They love the power of money. They love the power of materialism. That's what I will say. Again, they will have these 10 cards, and with that, they will have code cards like King, Queen, Page, and Knights. every card has a specific meaning and specific resemblance to other, but then these cards are, they come with a lot of power, they come with a lot of money and financial issues. They talk about materialistic life, guys. So this is a materialistic life, what the pentacles talk about. Pentacles in a few decks, tarot decks, they call it coins also. So that's another beauty of it. So this is how they look like. Moving ahead to the next house, which is the House of Cups. House of Cups is all about emotions, sensuality, poeticness. You have musical people, you have artistic people who may appear to others like they're very manipulative, and they are needy at times. Like need of what? Emotions, acknowledgement. These people believe in giving things, and then putting emotions at stake. They like investing emotions in people, and this is why they expect others also to do the same, but not everyone gets the same kind of response. In fact, in a relationship reading, if your client's significator card is a cup card, I will say that the person is very very emotional in approach. He has invested a lot in relationship, and then this is why he's expecting little too much. He's a little weak when it comes to taking practical decisions. Also, this is the beauty of these cards. Okay, so Ace of Cups, King of Cups, Queen of Cups. You see, we can see the Ace of Cups here, right here. You have the Queen of Cups also, who's very centric on this cup, who's very centric on emotions. Maybe this is the partner she's very focused on, and she wants to. She's not looking here and there. She's just focused on this partner. So she's a loyal partner, if you look at it. Okay, two of cups. This is a soulmate connection. Maybe these people are staying away from house in a live-in relationship or something like that, but then they feel like that they are soulmates. It is an exchange of equal emotions, equal respect towards each other. So this the same way every card has a resemblance to one of the emotions of your life, and this is how they relate to you and your personalities, right? Moving ahead to what? House of Swords. Now they are considered to be very cold people. They're very, I will say, they're very intellectual people. They're very sharp. They're very shrewd. They only believe in you know uh, taking practical decisions. They will not be carried away by emotions. Like if you have a boss whose personality type is very similar to King of Swords, the person will not look at your personal problems. He will only see how much have you really contributed at work, and basis that you will be awarded. So this is the kind of vibrations and the energies sword cards give you. Page of Swords is considered to be a little immature energy. It is very kiddish energy who talks a little immature also at times, because of communication, it gets you into trouble. So the same way you have aces here, the aces here, which is talking about, just cut your cords from any irrelevant things. Mental clarity, heavy, headstrong. And we're a crown chakra. It talks about your crown chakra also, where you are getting clarity now. So this is how the sword family looks like. Very, very practical in approach, less value to emotions, intellectual people, shrewd people. You will get cold feelings from them, a little bit egoistic also at times. So this is what you get out of sword, guys. Dear all viewers. Okay. Now, what is next? What is next is the major arcana. Major arcana resembles the most important institutions of life, the most important people and institutions like government. You have the prime minister, the president. Like you have the emperor here, you have the empress here, you have the magician, who's the royal magician here. You have the royal nurse here. You have the royal priest here. So they all talk about royalty. They all talk about important parts of royalty. Like this is the chief justice we talk about. So, you can give easy and funny meanings also to your cards to relate yourself to the cards, because it is very difficult to go by bookish knowledge and remember each and every point which is written in the book. You can make your own interpretations about people. Like you have, of course, our beautiful death card here, with people are, a lot of people are very scared of, but then there's nothing to worry about from death. You have devil here. Devil is talking about binding people because of the toxic energy. There's no love here. It is just a toxin which is binding them together. Same way you have the tower. Now with tower, look at it, because it is going to be an important exercise for you. I'm going to give you a few exercises here, and before we give you exercise, before I want to check your interpretation skills, I want to tell you that Both the arcanas, like major and minor, both are incomplete without each other. They both are important. They both are equally important for each other. This is how I feel about them. Now, here, which is the important part of this exercise, is I want to check your interpretation skills now. I've given you ideas. I've told you that you have to work as per your interpretations. It can be a funny interpretation also, but then I'm giving you a scenario wherein this person has come to you for his relationship reading. He's very worried, and he says that I'm in a very bad shape when it comes to relationship. Can you please tell me what is happening in my life? After looking at this card, this is the first card you pull out of your deck. I want to know what exactly you feel about this card and what suggestion you will give to your client basis this card, what you look into this card. Next card. A person comes to you to know about his career life and career path, and you see this card in his future reading, future deck, or future spread, what you have pulled in for you. What exactly do you understand of this card? This card is called Three of Swords. You will have to give me your interpretation about Three of Swords. What exactly you feel after looking at this card from a career perspective, or anything else you feel about this card, whatever your interpretation is about this card. You please write it down in the comment section. I will definitely reply to your comments, because I would want to initiate a discussion there for you all, whosoever is interested in knowing this beautiful art. And it will help me to design the next session also for you, which will give you more understanding about each and every house in detail. Now the next one. This is more interesting. I, as a client, come to you and I tell you I want to know about my relationship sector. My relationship is how it is going to be. Right now it is, I feel very connected with my partner, but then I want to know what will be the future of this relationship. What exactly will you tell the person, considering the lovers has come in the past situation, devil represent my present situation, and five of wands represents my future situation with my partner. I want you to let me know what exactly you feel about these cards and what exactly you will tell your partner about your the story. So make a story out of these three cards. The same thing you will have to do with this card also. I am coming to you now for my career reading. I want to ask you what is happening in my career life. So you pull out these two cards as clarification cards for my future, and you have to tell me that what is happening in my career after looking at these cards. What exactly you will tell me? I want to know your interpretation here. Use your divine energies, use your powers, and then let me know what exactly you see here. Okay, now this is very important. I have told you what exactly you can do with your cards, what exactly you should do with your cards. Now this slide talks about what exactly you should not do with your cards. Like, do not read at all your cards if you're feeling unwell, physically, emotionally. At times we are physically okay, but then emotionally, when we look at our cards, we feel like we are drained of energy. Don't do that. Okay, don't read cards if you are not willing to internally you're not feeling well. Okay, emotionally you're not feeling well. Respect your cards well. Do not throw them just like that on table and they are fallen off on the floor and then you're just not bothered about it. Don't do that. Respect them well. These are divine energies which are very, very important and religious. Do not let others just touch your cards just like that. They're your cards. They are private, privacy to you. So do not let anyone and everyone just touch your cards just like that. When you're doing a reading, you can obviously show your cards to people, but then until and unless it is not very important, or if you can just shuffle your cards on your own in front of your client and you can ask them to select few cards, that is okay. But then I will not suggest you to give your hand over your cards to someone else. If you have, it has your energy, so keep it energized with your energy only, and keep your cards safe. As I told you earlier also, please keep them at a safe place. Please keep them covered in a wooden box, a silk scarf, a cotton, any clothes which is a clean clothes. But then keep them safe. That's very, very important. Okay. So this is how the entire deck, which is in your hands right now, maybe what you're going to buy, looks like. The energies, the vibrations, the characteristics, the personalities of each and every house. This is how it looks like. It was a briefing session. It was just to introduce you to this deck. Since this is why I called it an introduction session to tarot cards. So do let me know your views about it, and thank you so much guys for watching this video. Thank you so much for giving so much love to my videos. I really appreciate that. And God bless you all. Thank you. Bye bye.